Tupac's buddy who whispered in his ear, "Hey, that's Lando. He's the one who took my medallion, death row medallion at the Foot Locker, a month ago or something." And they just went and stomped the heck out of him. I was called by a source at the MGM right away on that one, that had gone down. And
oh, interesting. When did you get that call?
It happened in the evening, and I got it, I think, the next day. Afterward, the next day said, "Hey, and if he hadn't done that, if he hadn't beat him up, because all it was a twofer. You do this to me, I do this, 2 for 1. You did this to me, I'm going to go get you."
I think Cathy has brought it up again recently. He's tried to argue that they had to that Orlando Anderson had to go to the hospital.
No, he
after
didn't.
that fight.
You can see the video. He's yeah, and I mean,
He's
called
fine.
everybody.
He's fine after
I called security. They told me exactly what he did. The MGM. He was fine. He was a bit bruised. They had him on the ground, but no bones were broken. And he's talking to the security guard, and then a police officer comes up, talks to him. "You want to file a report?" "No, I don't want to file a report." And he walked away. He walked away. He wasn't in a wheelchair. He wasn't on a gurney. He walked away. There was no damage. So he can make it all up and try to reinvent what happened, but that it was real simple.
Yeah, and my argument to that too has always been that if that existed, there would be a hospital record. And back when he got sued by Tupac's mother, Orlando would have produced that and was being pursued by the detectives. He could have just produced that as his alibi. Here's my hospital record. I was at 10 miles away at the hospital when the shooting happened. I'm not your guy. But he, of course, didn't do that because that doesn't exist.
Well, the hospital for Tupac, because the bad thing they did with Tupac so Suge arrived early, or Suge was there already, and some guys were with him, of course, and a bike cop came up pretty quickly. Michael McDonald was on duty that night, and I interviewed Mike. I know him, and because you're on the beat as a police reporter, you end up knowing everybody, but the bad thing they did was they had a hard time opening the car door, and they should never have done it because he had chest injuries, he had lung injuries. And my thing is, they're just pulling him out of a skinny space, and here he is, he's all torn up, and laid him on the ground, and that to me was, who knows if that caused any damage. You never move them. And I always thought, God, that probably did him in, because they probably tore him even more. It was sad because you just don't do that. You wait for the ambulance to. And when you look at a case, all the things that could have gone wrong in this case did. And that's why it's taken so long to come to justice too, from the very start, and the way Suge handled it. And then he went and talked to the cops.
Yeah, I've read the transcript of his interview with them, and it's just, I don't know anything, nothing happened, there was no fight earlier that night, I don't know. He wouldn't name any of the people he was with that night. Of course, he didn't want to name any of the Pyrus he was with that night. He doesn't name Neckbone or Buncher or any of those guys. He's just nothing, no fight that night, nothing. And yeah, he was just a brick wall. They didn't get anything.
Yeah, they had the fight.
And you believe he knew exactly who did it, I would assume.
Well, and they went and shot up the next day. They shot up Compton.
Right.
So, but they didn't get Orlando. And then Orlando went on TV. Remember when Orlando went on TV? Which was, dude, what are you doing?
Right.
He's trying, I'm innocent, and people are, but you can't fix that.
The crazy thing is too, like there's Cathy said he was telling Orlando, shut up, man, stop talking about it. But then what does Cathy do, 25 years later?
Yeah, Cathy ran his mouth. Yeah, Cathy turns around and runs his mouth too, and Orlando, and who knows if Orlando too would have gotten away with it for so many years, unless the Bloods would have taken him out, and that kind of surprises me with Suge, that they didn't. They just had that. It was 2 days of a bloodbath. I think it was pretty bad in Compton. But then Suge, if he's going to take care of it, why didn't he take Orlando out? Suge spent a lot of time in Compton. And so that if they talked big, but nobody did anything, they didn't do it, would have saved everybody a lot. I mean, I'm not for killing people, but if you're
Right.
gonna, if you say you're gonna do something, why didn't you?
Right.